Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Sorcery. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today in the presence of the Archmage of High Zaman himself. The Archmage is there, and it's got... well, whatever he's doing, he's looking at the stars, he's just a mage. And he ordered us, he asked us to sit down. But I will not sit. He sighs, as though he had walked your long road out alongside you. As you wish. Forgive me if I do not get up, however. Reaching across his desk, he lifts a stopper on a decanter and pours out a glass of thick red wine. I know better than to offer you one, he remarks as he sips his own. Let's pull out the Book of Magical Prisons. I brought something for you, you begin. You might be interested. As his eyes settle on the book, he laughs. Are you thinking of tricking me into reading the rhyme in that book? Please, we should have friends. We should be friends, but if we are to be enemies, at least be a competent enemy. Put that thing away and have a drink. No. No. We should not be friends. We should not be friends. This is tricky. We saw what he did before. He burned us as we were books. Unless he wasn't him. Let's not be hasty. So, where is it? You demand, unwilling to be swayed from your task. The crown of kings? He gestures at his head. I'm not wearing it, as you can see. Tell me where it is. The Archmage nods. He seems to be chewing something over. Do you know, Analander, what it is the crown does? Do you understand its power? The crown controls the will of others. The crown, yeah, I say, precisely. But perhaps you have not quite understood the depth of that. Oh, I have. It's a terrible weapon of death, and probably is going to destroy the world, but I have a quest. And I've been through, how many episodes now? 82? 81? I don't know. So long for this. And I finally hear. The crown, he says, is a grimalkin. It is set with jewels of gold and lined with a ring of bone, and covers the wearer's skull in cloth. It generates spells of both illusion, worship, and mental insight. Okay, that's important. That's the tell, that's the god, and that's the kid. It is more powerful than a mere grimalkin, I say. It is powerful indeed, he says. The Archmage puts down his wine glass. Understand this. The crown does not command. The crown causes the wearer's desires to become the unthinking thoughts, reflex actions, and spontaneous whims of those around. It occupies the free will itself. Free will? Or whatever you would call it, the inner voice. The part inside that is inspired, the part that dreams, the part that invents anew. That is the part of the crown the crown takes. Those under its command cannot know themselves to be controlled, nor could anyone else. It cannot be resisted. The crown of kings shapes people the way the aeons shape the course of a river. Why are you telling me this? His reply is strangely gentle. I'm trying to make you understand something which will be most difficult to understand. And I mean you no offense by that. You are intelligent enough, but I fear you have a shock in store. He pauses for a moment as his eyes filled with a strange sadness. You have come a long way for this crown, I see that. You think me evil, a tyrant. But I am none of those things. I am the Archmage of the Fortress of Sorcerers, a fading but noble institution, and I spend my days trying to repair the terrible destruction wrought on the lands in my care by your ignorant, reckless use of the beacons of light. Yeah, well, you placed those beacons yourself. I did. Yeah, I know that. I did, and left untouched, they would have protected the land for 10,000 years. Did you not notice the towers were all sealed? I did. I knew that there was a secret ending to the game, and I still want to do that. I need to figure that out, but yeah. Past lights burn with the power of the sun. It must be filtered, measured. But you opened 6 beacons wide and threw them over my land. Over my people! He bangs the desk as he speaks, almost shouting. There is a tear in the corner of his eye. There was no other way. No other way to come here because of your precious quest. Tell that to the people of Tinpang. His cracked voice quivers with rage. The fate of the world is at stake. Is it? Because I have this crown? Analander, I do not have the crown, and I never did. You stare at him. He gives every appearance of honesty. I think I know who has it. Then where is it? You demand. I'm so sorry. I know how hard it will be to accept what has been done to you, but can you not, on some level, feel it? Do you not sense that you are not in control of yourself? What are you talking about? You have been under the spell for some time. I can imagine how it began. Most likely there was a day in Analand, perhaps near the wall, when you woke up and your will was not your own. And since then you have been compelled to march here, to do me harm. I do not understand. I think perhaps you do, he says. Consider this. Do you even know what this crown looks like? This object that you have traveled so far, so single-mindedly to find? I might have been lying on a table in the first village you passed through and you would not have known. It might have been lying. Am I correct? I think this line over here is more telling than anything is telling so far. What do you mean? My good man, you have seen the crown already. You have stood in its presence, but you do not remember. Perhaps you think it was just a dream, such is its power, but what else but the crown could have sent you on such a journey as this, such terrible cost? I have dreamt of it, yes. Dreams, voices from deep inside, fighting for your attention. The Archmage's voice softens. Another question, then. You say you are called the Analander, correct? Correct. He smiles. My friend, are you truly so far gone that you do not even know your own name? His words echo round the tiny room. Part charts flutter. Your memories of Analand the king and the childhood in Shawberry Wood all seem suddenly distant, like vague memories, half-remembered overheard stories, mere snippets. If the crown is so powerful, how could my birdmen have stolen it from your king? Continues the Archmage gently. Think, Analander. Think for yourself just once before you strike me down. Oh, and that's my choice. The dreams. Everybody thinks that we're terrible. But everybody thinks that he is terrible, but he's not. Is he? I was never really given a choice. I said this before. I wasn't given enough of a reason. I think he's totally right. This is what I was saying from the beginning. That the Archmage is not evil. I never saw why he was evil, but my character continued to assume that he was. I don't remember any point in the game where the game actually told me in this lines over here, where it told me that that the apart from people's tales of the Archmage, but I don't remember any point at which it told me that the Archmage was evil, and I'm beginning to think. Curse you. Why did that guy curse me? Why did that guy curse me? Why do they want the Archmage dead then? What is the point of all this? I don't know. Let's try to remember. You strain your mind, trying to remember, waking in the hut in the northern settlement, sword ready, dreaming of the crown. What were you before that moment? How did you come to be on this quest, for which you have given so much? I remember everything, you declare stubbornly. Answer me this. How many sisters do you have? What color are... And this was another one. That's the second... I wasn't given proper choice right there. That's the second time that the choices down here, they tell you more than this tells you. I wasn't given a choice there to choose something to go with him. So my character is fighting this. So it's obvious. It's the magical thing. Answer me this, he says. How many sisters do you have? What color are your mother's eyes? How old are you? You shouldn't need to think to answer. Oh, I think I should. I don't know those things. I don't know. I have no idea. I think green, my mother's eyes. I am 29. Yeah, yes, I see, as you get older, you don't remember your age. The sisters, it's easy, but yeah. But if you're right, you begin weakly. Then why am I here? Yeah, that's my question. A good question, the Archmage nods. I imagine your king sent you to simply kill me. Your king has the crown, and he knows that we in Mampang for... Yeah, he always had the crown. Why didn't I ask this before as well? That was an oversight by me, because it was quite obvious. Because we knew what the crown did, we knew it was kept by the king, and he knew it gave the king the power. So it makes total sense. Your king has the crown, and he... But then again... Why Flanker? Who the hell was Flanker? Who hired him? Your king has the crown, and he knows that we in Mampang Fortress are the only ones capable of countering its power. The crown can be countered? All magic can be countered, but to counter the crown, one must cast a spell in the presence of the crown that its wearer does not want to cast. It is quite impossible. The Archmage sighs. I'm sorry, Analander, or whoever you truly are. Your whole quest has been a lie. The crown is in Analand, and you are nothing but an assassin. Korga. Does this man tell the truth, Korga? How can you tell? You look upwards, hoping to catch the movement of the God of Grace in the corner of your eye, but there is nothing. You are quite alone. We will find you a chamber here in the tower, away from the hustle and bustle below. The Archmage continues. Then when you are somewhat recovered, you will discover what you want to do. You nod. He is right. Everything he says is simple and true. You are a puppet, tugged along by invisible strings. The Archmage watches you. You stand quite still, breathing in and out. A clarity is entering your muddled mind. Perhaps you are beginning to overcome your orders, the elderly figure observes. That is good. One step at a time. And at this point, I want to reassure you guys that this was my choice. What is going on right here? If this is the end, then it's going to be... This is my choice. This is what I want to do. And I'm not experimenting. I believe in what the Archmage is saying. Because it fits. Everything fits. And if he betrays me with this, then the game must give me something that is even better. Because this, what the game delivered here, so far... It's amazing. It's awesome. It made me think all through the game of why of a thing that actually probably not a whole lot of people thought, because it's to me it seems a little bit more convoluted. And my question of why is the Archmage evil seems more convoluted than the question of why was the crown stolen in the first place. And I think a lot of people would have seen that. I didn't because I'm a dummy, but the game is delivering. Let's see what happens. You find you are speaking. Thank you, Archmage. I've been lost for a long time. I am far from my home. He nods. I understand. We will offer what hospitality we have. It is most appreciated, you reply, bowing your head. The Archmage gestures to the door, and you take your leave. The door is open. Outside, night has fallen. Several hours pass in a darkened room. You are lying on a cold stone. You look about yourself. You are on the flagstones of a small cell. A grate high up allows in a little starlight. The heavy door has a single grill, snapped shut. The walls are marked with nearly 100 strokes. Have you made them yourself? How long have you been here? From nearby you hear a scratching sound. Who's there, you demand. There is no reply from the shadows. The scratching gets closer. You reach for your sword, only to find your sword belt is empty. You have been thoroughly disarmed. A tiny figure approaches on spindly legs, then you gasp with relief as you recognize the creature before you. It's Finn, the Minimite you encountered in High Zaman! But he's clearly injured. Deep scars pucker the skin between those bony shoulder blades. I'm so sorry. Finn nods. Thanks. I suppose for what good that does. He makes a mild chuckling noise. But now you're stuck as well. I knew we'd end up teaming up in the end. So, what's your plan? How do we get out of this? You don't have a key, do you? No. Typical human, Flynn replies. You pick up the Minimite up in your hand. It fits neatly into your fist. What are you doing? The creature asks, voice shaking a little with fear. The stumps of his destroyed wings flicker and scrape against your palm. You look around the cell, regarding the walls. I see what this is going. I think I got betrayed, by the way. I don't really understand how that didn't make sense. It made total sense. But I guess I want the game to deliver there. Okay, it's quite an ending, guys. It's quite an ending. You look around the cell regarding the walls, doors, ceiling, rafters with care. The place seems quite solidly built. The only opening is a tiny air grate, a little larger than your balled fist, set more than twice your height up in the wall. Korga. You close your eyes to pray, but there's nothing. No god and no spirit can reach you here. You are quite alone. The grate would be wide enough to toss a ball through. Beyond you see nothing but the open sky. Finn is watching you and nods almost imperceptibly. From outside the window, the sound of chanting and clanking metal drifts away. The armies are assembling, the Minimite murmurs. Now you've been found, they are leaving for the backlands. What? Perhaps you've not thought of it yet, Finn murmurs, but you will, and you'll be right. The Minimite squirms in your hand. Can you not allow me some magic? We will die in here if you do not. The Minimite shakes his head. I'm not eating your magic. I just muddy it. It's part of what I am. After a moment, he adds quietly, believe me, I'm sorry too. I'm not gonna throw the Minimite through that, but of course I'm gonna try to dop. It works! You open your arms to cast your spell and feel the energy of starlight pass through you, but nothing happens. The Minimite looks at you with tired eyes. I suppose it was worth trying, he says. No, it didn't work, but it ate my stamina. There must be another way. I'm not gonna throw him, come on. There must be another way, you whisper to the tiny creature. I'd do it for you, Finn replies, but I can't fly. But if you throw me, I'll ball myself up. What? I won't do it. You reply. Then you'll starve to death in here. Finn replies. You can only shrug at that. The Minimite sleeps to the floor once more. The situation is hopeless. You sink down against the wall. There's no quicker way to die. What follows is a slow, agonizing death, listening to the sounds of the army of Mampang as it recedes into the distance on its way to war. Had you breath, you might shout with exhilaration as you climb into the stars once more. Well, there's an easy way to kill yourself. Just smash your head against the wall. Really? Or choke? Or... Well, all that trouble. I should have followed my gut instinct. I should have. I really should have. The Archmage wants to see us burn. That's the end. That's the end of it. And we know who's in there as well. That's a pretty important aspect. If I could open that... Okay, let's keep going. If I could open that, that'd be fantastic. Start to climb. Okay. Everything is in high alert. That door is open for some reason. Open the cell door. Cast a spell, and I'm gonna try and go for the dop here. The problem is I'm gonna need to fight Flanker again, but I don't really need to heal myself after that. I think Flanker is the fight here or something. Yeah, there's a Minimite inside the cell. Oh, there is the Minimite. Yeah, of course. You put your lips to the grill and hiss, Finn, it's me! And who are you? Some tormentor? Comes the whispered reply. It is clear the creature has not even looked up. I'm the Analander, you hiss, afraid of who might hear you. A tormentor, decides the creature. Just another nightmare. Really? Come on. It says continue upwards. Oh, come on. It's interesting that we got to see that as well. Flanker. Push him through the window, see if I can. You waste no time charging forwards and catching Flanker off balance. For a moment, you have him in a warm embrace, and a few seconds later, you both strike the glass and it shatters, drifting outwards like snowflakes. Flanker's fingers grab to the edge of a window frame. His eyes meet yours. I was hired to kill you. He hisses. I have already killed you, you reply, and he nods quickly. Perhaps you push harder, or perhaps he releases his grips, his fingertips. It is impossible to say, but a moment later, he has stumbled out of the window downwards, shouting something as he falls. You head along the landing, Flanker's sigh-like scream still echoing in your head. Okay, so we don't need the health. We have the book already, don't we? Let's go inside. Let's move onwards. Yeah, let's just go back upstairs. But what can I do? The library is dead silent and am I gonna need to sleep here again? Oh, there's a desk. Okay, search the desk. In the middle of the room is a desk covered in notes. Leafing through them, you can see that they are mostly devoted to the manipulation of time. The problem has been attacked from several angles, and his notes reference a host of books and sorcerers you have never heard of. You keep reading, curious to know your enemy better. It seems he is chiefly interested in being able to specify the exact distance of teleportation achieved by a time-altering spell, in effect being able to specify exactly when to travel back to. So far, he seems to have been unsuccessful, though he might have taken other notes with him. Like you, the Archmage seems to have jumped through time. He also has devised a way to manipulate time on a large scale, though the details are unclear, yet that sketch of a tower looks rather familiar. Yeah, I know what that is. Let's sleep here, I guess. Let's close my eyes and dream. Remainder of the nights kept busy with vivid dreams, and you hear laughter from somewhere. Died again and found no new clues. Okay, that's okay. And sunlight streams? Oh, I need to pull out a book first? I need to read this book then. Time to move on. Okay. Yeah, that was the problem. I needed to read the Book of Perception. Okay. Okay, okay. And here we go again. I didn't need to sleep. That's fine. Look out the window, pray for luck. No need for that. Try to do. Look out the window first. Looking out the window, you are dizzying. You see a dizzying drop down the citadel below. Try the door. Let's go in again. And let's see. Let's be. And sitting behind it is the guy again. I have no idea. I, of course, have different things. I am the Analander. Travel a long way. You must be tired. Please sit. Wait a minute. Grab the crown? Whoa, there's things I didn't read. Okay, wait a minute, guys. You climb the stairs to the garret. It is a tiny stone room, the walls plastered with astrological charts, some ancient and some so fresh that their ink still gleams, as before. In the center of the space is a desk. The wizened old man is behind the desk once more. He looks up as you enter. Perhaps, for just a moment, you see a hint of the crown on his head. Yes, can I help you? I am the Analander, you declare, and I have come to take back what is ours. The man looks back at you sadly, silent for a moment. The nagging doubt returns. Can this truly be the cruel... Yeah, again, the doubt. He seems tired, even shy. I have seen thee travel a long way, he remarks. You must be tired. Please sit. We may talk as equals. Grab the crown. You reach over to grab the crown, but somehow your fingers close instead on the edge of the table, and you find yourself lowering down into the chairs. Reaching across his desk, he lifts the stopper on the decanter and pours out a glass of thick red wine. I know better than to offer you one, he remarks, as he sips his own. He begins to talk. His voice is soft, lifting, and persuasive. You find you are speaking. Thank you, Archmage. I have been lost for a long time, and I am far from home. He nods. I understand. He will offer you hospitality. We will offer you what hospitality we can. And once... and again. Outside, night has fallen. Several hours pass in a darkened room. Once more, you come to in a cold stone cell. From nearby, you hear a scratching sound. Out of darkness, Finn appears. Finn stares at you in disbelief. You hurry through a greeting in return, explaining how you came to be here. He makes a mild chuckling noise. But now you're stuck as well. I know we'd end up teaming up in the end. So, what's your plan? How do you get out of this? You don't have a key, do you? Do you? Let me check my pockets. Yeah, I know. Let's pick up the Minimite. And look around the cell. And look at the grate. Wait a minute, the grate would be wide enough to toss. Flynn is watching you and nods almost imperceptibly. What? Perhaps you've not thought of it yet, Flynn murmurs. But you will, and you'll be right. From outside the window, the sounds of chanting and clanking metal drifts upwards. The armies are assembling, the Minimite murmurs. Now you've been found. They are leaving the backlands. Where are they going after that? Where do you think? Analand, Bryce, Rollstone, Lumley, everywhere. The Archmage intends to unite the entire world. You mean invade? I mean destroy? The Minimite squirms your hand. Can you allow me some magic? Believe me, I'm sorry. Okay, so throw the Minimite through the grate. Aiming carefully, you toss the Minimite at the grate in the wall. Your aim is true, and the creature disappears from view with a fading scream. And this is for outside the tower. You are suddenly quite alone, but you feel the power of starlight returning to your veins all the same. Why would I draw my sword right there? I want to open the door. No, 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 no. I want to draw the sword first. You go for your sword, but fine. Okay, there's no sword. Oh my god. This is quite a complex ending to the game. I'm loving it, but... You weave the enchantment and the tumblers in the ancient door turn and fall. A moment later, the hinges creak open. You are free, but you are once more alone. You stand outside the open door of the cell. Everything is strangely silent. The key to the cell is sticking out of the door. Your sword is leaning against the cell door. You snatch it up gratefully. You grab the key. It will be very useful should you be unfortunate to be locked up again. Or fortunate, because then we will be able to carry Flynn. Then there is only one way to go, upwards. I'm probably gonna die, but I have the key here. You hurry up the winding stairs. Wind and rain whips into the passage through the shattered, colored windows as you approach the door of the library. You look out the window upon a horrifying sight. The courtyard below is filled with soldiers readying for war, and more are already spilling down the road and into the lower city. Amongst their numbers you see mutants, giants, and other foul creatures. They are slaughtering everything in their path without pausing. Flames are climbing from the buildings of the city. The wall to the outer yards is being dismantled. Oh boy. And with that, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Sorcery. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, I don't know, a comment, like the video, but above all, thank you so much for watching, for being with me until the very end. Seriously guys, thank you so much. It's been a fantastic journey, and I hope I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.